You know, and you accuse me. For a woman, that is quite understandable. I suppose you want to tell me this. What on earth could such a dangerous harassment accomplish? Or to borrow your husband's manner of speech, I could put it this way. The government is pressing for treaty revisions for the future of Japan. For this purpose, we must show the foreign people a civilized and enlightened Japan that deserves treaty revisions. We must show them not the Japan of cholera and terrorism, but the balls at the Rokumeikan. In these circumstances, why should you bring in young zealots in white headbands brandishing drawn swords and show them once again a barbarous and primitive Japan? This has become a cliché. It's just a humiliating excuse.
Why do you say that to me? I have never told you anything from my husband's position. You speak as if my husband were saying things through my mouth, as if this were all a trap set up by my husband. Your suspicions are too much. Such suspicions do not become you.
I know it. I know your true feeling. I went a bit too far in my indignation. Forgive me. But the fact that the information that no one is supposed to have has been detected suggests only that it came to you through your husband.
No, I swear. This did not come from my husband. I found it out myself, and I worried about your life and decided to plead with you like this. Please, abandon your plan tonight.
It is known. It's known. I thank you for your good intentions. I regret that the plan is leaked out, but this is something I decided to do, so I'll carry it out. As for my life, I'll take enough precautions and you needn't worry. Your telling me that the plan has leaked out beforehand has been immeasurably helpful. Thank you. I'm grateful.
Please abandon it. I plead with you, abandon it.
You think this is all silly. For a lady, that's understandable. But listen, Asako.
Oh, you have called me by that name for the first time.
But listen, it is well known that you dislike politics. You are in the midst of an evil government and evil diplomacy, so that is entirely natural. You know about the Maria Luz incident. In the Japan of the 5th year of Meiji, there were such great instances of independent diplomacy. There were spectacular men of justice such as Oe Soejima, the Minister of Foreign Affairs at the time, was also a great man, and the American legal counsel, P. Smith, worked for Japan's independent diplomacy. Everything went downhill as soon as the Satsuma and Choshu factions started running the government. We went back to the age that submitted itself to the roaring commands of British Minister Parkes. Who among the foreigners invited to the Rokumeikan do you think reassess and respect the civilized and enlightened Japan as the government hopes? All of them are laughing at us up their sleeves. They are sneering at us. They think ladies of nobility are the same as cheap dancing girls and regard their dances as monkey dances. The subservient smiles of ranking government officials and aristocratic ladies do not help the treaty revisions at all, but simply intensify the foreigners' contempt. Listen to me, Asako. I know this because I have made a round of visits to foreign countries. Foreign people never respect you unless you have self-respect, unless you are a people with self-respect. The young zealots break-in may be a silly thing, but if I manage to throw a cold blanket over the government and show the foreigners that there are Japanese with guts, I'll be satisfied. I have ordered them not to give even a scratch to the guests while brandishing their swords. Those young men may simply do a sword dance or two and withdraw with fanfare. That's all. I don't expect anything more. The world at large is talking as if I were the boss of murderers, but that's no more than a rootless rumor. If I am killed for doing such a thing, it certainly will be a dog's death. But people who carry forward my wishes will appear one after another. You understand, don't you? Since I was young, I have never been able to put up with my own humiliation or any act that people voluntarily perform to humiliate themselves.
I think I understand what you are saying perfectly well, but I must repeat myself again. Please abandon the plan. When a man does something just, a woman should not try to stop him. I know that well, yet I plead with you, like this. Please abandon the plan.
I cannot. Not at this late hour. You never go to a ball. I may give some trouble to your husband, but not to you.
To the ball at the Rokumeikan? Me?
They say you never attend official functions, no matter what. This has suited me perfectly. I knew you were different from the others after all.
Me? To a ball? Mr. Kiyohara, suppose I break my own rule for the first time in my life and go to the ball. What would you do?
You? To the ball? That can't happen.
I say, suppose. Suppose I do. Would you despise me?
That should not happen.
If I did, people would clap their hands and laugh. There would be no greater shame than that to me. But I would be getting what I deserve. To put it in a Western way, if I were to attend the ball that my husband is hosting, then the ball strictly would no longer be his, but mine. Asako's ball.
I should imagine so.
In that event, your men would be ruining not my husband's ball, but my ball. You would be damaging not my husband's honor, but my honor.
You've come up with a difficult question.
Or are you saying that you wouldn't like me in Western dress?
I can't even imagine. You might look good, or...
I might look like a monkey.
A beautiful monkey, no doubt.
Ludicrous, isn't it? Countess Monkey. But that will be all right with me. Tonight, I'll be a monkey, as you said.
Asako.
Can you imagine what a bold gesture it will be? What kind of sacrifice it will be to me? A woman would rather die than destroy an assessment made of her, a reputation she has created for herself. I will destroy mine tonight, for you.
That would be unbearable. You are going to throw yourself into the whirlpool of politics.
No, we are not talking about politics. We are talking about love. Do you understand? You must make a response in kind, not of politics, but of love.
What do you mean?
Just as innocent and poor lovers exchange heartfelt gifts, so do I give you a gift. You will have no use for it, but it comes at any rate from a sincere heart.
What is it?
I'm going to the ball tonight. If you love me, you must respond in some way.
It is a hard gift for me to accept.
I know, but this is a gift simply because I'd like to save your life. So if it touches your heart, please respond in kind.
I know what that response is supposed to be. My abandoning my plan tonight. My not going to the Rokumeikan. But that I cannot do.
Please, I beg you, please, if you love me at all.
You are trying to melt a man's work, a man's obligation. A man can't succumb like this. But succumbing is also...
something only a man can do. From a woman's viewpoint, no honor can be more appropriate for a man than this one.
Your hair. Your black hair. This hair that darkens... This hair that the darkness of the night has dyed every night, making it darker, longer, and glossier over the last 20 years, when I have been unable to see you.
For this hair the night is always long, the daybreak never coming. When my hair turns completely white, and when I cease to be a woman, the dawn will dye my hair white. My white hair, the dawn that has no suffering or anxiety and has no fear that something will begin during the day.
You understand. The kind of terror that seizes a man when breaking an obligation is not a sorrow, but rather a joy.
So you have already broken your obligation.
You see it well. I promise.
I also promise to go to the ball tonight in that shameless attire, and tonight's ball at the Rokumeikan will be mine.
I also promise that I have cancelled my plan tonight. My handsome will not go to the Rokumeikan.
I don't know how to thank you.
It's reciprocal, reciprocal. You must turn into a monkey too.
This is wonderful. This is wonderful. To this woman's eyes, you at this moment are a dazzling man. I'll give you a medal. Women give medals that are not cold and dead with golden jewelry. A live medal. A medal that intensifies its shine through frost every morning.
But this medal will wilt someday.
Trust me. This will last to the end of this day.
My lady, my lady.
What?
His lordship has returned. He's accompanying a guest, coming towards the place.
Come, signal with this toward the rear gate in the way his lordship won't notice. Quick, from the rear gate. It's better for you to go this way and turn around to the back of the tea house.
That Senkan tea is best. It's a good place to talk.
Yes, sir.
Make yourself comfortable.
It's very kind of you, sir.
As I was saying, you see, this is what I think. Assassination normally refers to the killing of a malcontent element of an important figure of the majority party of the government or someone of the ruling class. It's nice that society at large also believes this. They think without asking that an assassin is a remnant of the liberal party. Thanks to this, every day I receive equal number of letters. Those stating why my life must be taken, and those sentimental ones saying that a prayer has been offered because of concerns for my life. This puts me in a dilemma, making me wonder if it's alright to die, or if I should remain alive. Anyway, you may assume that the majority of people think my life is at risk.
Just as you say, sir.
That is to say, it's highly unlikely that I planned an assassination. Furthermore, even if it comes to light that I did, everyone would simply assume I did it in self-defense. Am I right?
Just as you say, sir.
Government power is always subject to criticism and attack. But criticism as it arises tends to become more and more uniform. It becomes criticism for criticism's sake. Its sources becoming more and more immaterial. If Kiwahara Nsuku is killed, people will immediately attack me. Even though no one thinks I killed them, they'll attack me. But that kind of attack will in fact be our friend. As the attack mounts, the clearer my innocence will become to them.
Just as you say, sir.